cadet. As roaring rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars, we take you to the age of the conquest of space.
Zow, zow, zow! Don't make fun of me. Mom says not to make fun of me. I'm not laughing at you, Piggy. I'm laughing at the science in this show. What do you mean, the science? I mean, spaceships don't make noise, stars don't race by the window, and they don't go to a distant galaxy. They're lucky if they can get to another planet in our lifetime, let alone another star. I'll bet in the future they'll go to a galaxy. Wouldn't that be cool? They might fall into it. I've got news for you. We live in a galaxy. You can see it from the backyard. It's called the Milky Way. How come I've never seen it? 'Cause you haven't read about it to know to look for it. I've looked. All I see is stars. Well, then you've seen it. In fact, everything you see, including you and me, and everything in this room and outside, is in this galaxy. It's so big that you can't see it. It's like a forest. You can only see trees when you're in a forest. It only looks like a forest from the outside. So how do we get outside the galaxy? In a spaceship. Zoom, 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 cool. I'd like to be an astronaut and see outer space. I'll bet I could see the galaxy from the moon. We've had pictures from the moon 40 years ago. The astronauts couldn't see the stars. Even if they went to the nighttime on the dark side, they'd have to look through a thick space helmet. You'd get a better view from the backyard on a dark night. Well, what about a telescope? With a telescope, they'd be able to see a galaxy. Yeah, and nebula, and planets, and a globular cluster. You mean a globular cluster. And how would you use a telescope with a space helmet? You'd be better off in the backyard. Hey, look, there's the astronaut who lives in town. The first bear to go into outer space. Mom went to school with him. He's older, and he's grown his hair, but that's him all right. We should ask him. He's seen space for real. And I'll bet he'll tell you the same thing I've been saying. Do you want to bet? What'll we bet? Yeah, I'll bet. Washing the dishes. I wash if you win. Mom, we want to ring the astronaut to settle a bet. I bet you can see outer space better from a spaceship. Oh, well, that makes sense. No, it doesn't, Mom. See, you're not even sure. That's why we're betting. The paper said he gives talks to school kids. Maybe he'll talk to us. All right, but he's busy. I'll ring him. Yes, give me a minute. Andy, this is Gladys. Yes? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, that's terrific. Thank you so much. Well, kids, he said you could come over and meet him. We'll go over to his house on Thursday night. Oh, yay! But there's one condition. We have to bring our own telescope or binoculars. Ah, I see you've brought your telescope and binoculars. And I'll give you a map. Come into my space room. Yay! Oh, wow. That's you going up into space. Going to the stars. No, I just went around Earth. Tonight we're going to the stars. This is a map of the night sky, the whole sky. You can only see a part of it on any night. Each of these is a star. They're different colors. And these are special things you can look for in the sky. This big gray area is the Milky Way, our galaxy. That's what we came to see. Well, you're seeing it. We're in it. That's what Koala said. Well, she's so right. But you have to know where to look to see it properly. All the things on this map are part of our galaxy, but some of them are very faint. You have to go out into the country to see them. But this one here is called the Pleiades, and it will be just setting in the west. We'll see it when it gets dark. How do you know? Well, I've learned these things over many years. That's what astronauts learn, where to go in space. No, astronauts learn to keep alive in space. I learned about the stars when I was your age. I had a little telescope about this size. Oh, you've cleaned it well, but I can see some problems here. The first thing we must do is to get this finder scope working. You won't be able to find anything in the sky without this. And you need a map. You can print these yourself from the internet. It's tonight's sky map. Let's go outside.
Oh boy, galaxies!
No, we'll start with a street light. We need something easy to find. Well, there's the street light. And now, when you look through the finder scope, you should see the street light there as well. Just remember where it points. You see the street light in the finder. Where do you see it? Is it in the exact middle?
No, it's up a little bit and to the left of the cross in the center.
So, when we want to locate a star, we put the star in that same spot in the finder. Then it should appear in the telescope center. Now I'll show you something in outer space. First, have a look at the map. We see from the map that the Pleiades is over there somewhere. Can I borrow your binoculars? I can't see it with the naked eye because it isn't dark enough yet. Oh, there it is. So, now I know where to look using the finder. There, I think that's it. It's a bit faint before dark. Oh, yes, there they are. 7 sisters, 7 stars. Have a look. What do you see?
I see stars.
Do you see 7 big ones?
Yes, and some little ones.
Well, let the others have a look. So, that's your first look at outer space.
I bet if we went there it would look better.
And if we went there, it would look just like our night sky. They just look like bright stars in the sky. Space really looks the same from wherever you are.
Yeah, because you've been there.
No, because I read books and understand what I'm looking at. These stars don't look any better from a spaceship. Wait here a second.
Oh boy, a space helmet!
Now look up. What do you see?
Not much, it's dark.
Well, you can't take it off, can you? You're in outer space. Outside your space shuttle. You have no air. You'd freeze. So now you see why Koala says you can see better from your backyard than from space. Even the space shuttle windows are the same. You get glare from the sun and they're thick. On Earth, you're looking up through 100 kilometers of thin air. But in space, you're always looking through thick plastic. You're better off on Earth.
And you get pizza.
You see, it looks very different to the movies. In the movies, they want to make it all more exciting. So they make sound effects, and they make the stars move so it's like being in a jet plane. But in space, there's no sound because there's no air to carry it. The stars don't flash by because they're so far away, they always look the same. Even the moon, if you point a rocket straight at it, it doesn't feel like it's getting any closer. It's so big and far away, thousands of miles to go. You see, space is bigger than our imaginations. We're used to things on Earth, cars, planes, boats. They go past things like streetlights and other cars, and we expect to see the same thing in a spaceship, only faster. But even flying a plane, there's nothing to go past but clouds. If there are no clouds, you can barely tell you're moving. In a spacecraft, it's even quieter, and there's nothing going by the window. Absolutely nothing, just black. And it's very cold out there. And we don't eat pizza. And we don't have much water to clean plates. So is it worth going up in a rocket to see outer space? No, that's not why we go. We go because it's there. It's a bit like the South Pole. No one lives there, not even plants or animals. So the South Pole is a bit like outer space. It was worth discovering because we've learned so much from the adventure of going. As for seeing space, there probably aren't many places in the universe much better to see it from than right here on Earth. I'd bet on it. Space pilots don't get to do dishes in a warm house. There's no place like home.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.